Okay. Locked on and ready to go. Final race for the heavies. Again, closest to the camera, Princeton lane 1, Temple lane 2, Georgetown lane 3, Princeton lane 4. Flag is up, flag is down, and away we go. Final race of the morning for the heavyweight men. Aggressive start from the Tigers in lane 1. Looks like slight rudder adjustment from the Tigers out in lane 4, but that appears to be corrected. Seems like that's been a difficult lane to steer thus far this morning. But, yeah, right back in the middle lane from that Tiger boat in lane 4.
Now these 4v5v boats are very important to the entire team because you're only as fast as your slowest guy, and having multiple boats to race against all week before you go and race against the competition the weekend only makes everyone faster.
That's exactly right. And that's why year in and year out, the fastest programs in the country are typically also the deepest programs in the country. It's that inter-squad competition that really makes boats move fast, quite frankly. And so, yeah, these guys are competing every single day to make top boats in their programs. That just pushes the level up a whole other notch. And so, yeah, Princeton is a perennial deep program, and they're always very fast come springtime.
Yep, and if you look at nearly 500 meters down, the 4V and 5V are very close, which is a great competition to have and great to build the speed for the entire program.
For sure.
And I'm sure there's guys in the 5V that later down in the season want to gun for that 4V boat, that 3V boat. So this is the time to do it. Put it out there on the race course.
Exactly right. In sixth seat of this Princeton boat, the pride of St. Joe's Prep, Patrick O'Connell, urging his boys to continue charging forward. They're in battle with their compatriots from Princeton here. So, yeah, you can see the intensity on his face there.
With the following races in the rest of the morning for these heavyweights, you got to think, if they're racing one of their other boats, it's a lot like practice.
It is. I actually wonder if these coaches are going to be making switches. Since this is a scrimmage, and they're going to be doing a bunch of pieces later in the day, oftentimes you'll see coaches taking guys out of boats, trying new lineups. This is a time to experiment. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was seat racing being done live today.
Yep. Always love swapping seats and having to put on someone else's sweaty shoes.
It's the best. Yeah. Can't beat that.
That definitely was my favorite part of seat racing.
All the sweaty shoes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It's good. It's good for culture building. It's good for, yeah, it's just good for you.
Yeah, athlete's foot.
Exactly. We take a look back here on the course. 1,000 meters down, it looks like the Tiger boat in lane 1 is going to get there first. The Tiger boat out in lane 4, not going anywhere. In fact, those guys might be pushing into this advantage just a touch. They sit down half a boat, but a lot of race left.
Yep, 1,000 meters of a race down. You still have 1,000 meters to go, if my math is correct.
Once again, we were not math majors, but that math we can typically do.
Carry the 2.
Always carry the 2. Good shot of this Princeton boat. They don't look like they're super high on rating. Again, I think early stages of the season, Tommy, you're still finding your speed, so you want to make sure you're perfecting it at the lower ratings, the 33s, 34s, and then building up. Typically, we're seeing these boats hit like 37s, 38s, 39s late season.
Absolutely. You want to start working up to it throughout the season, because just trying to jump into it off the bat, you might not be ready for it.
Exactly. And yeah, we're clocking that Princeton boat out in lane 4, hitting like a 32.5, maybe 33. So pretty composed, nothing too crazy for this first race of the year.
You just got to get the practice in.
Have to. Princeton boat in lane 1, a little bit higher on rating, clocking them at like a, let's call it 35, 36. A little bit higher than the boat out in lane 4. So that boat in lane 4, they'll have a little more room to run if they choose to sprint final 500. They might be able to track down this Princeton boat in lane 1.
What a battle. 500 meters to go. They're not letting this other Princeton boat get away from them. They're staying right in the mix, and we'll see what they can do with 500 meters.
I would say Princeton boat in lane 1. They have taken about a seat or two. They're starting to gear up for the line. They sit up bow to stern over Princeton out in lane 4. Unfortunately, we do not have sight on the rest of the boats in this field, but yeah, it's still enough water here for that Princeton boat in lane 4 to turn the margin. Quick shot here of the Georgetown boat, and back to the Tigers.
Approaching the last 250 meters, they're into these red buoys, which means 250 to go. This is when we'll see them at their highest stroke rate and in the midst of their sprint sequence with 25, 30 strokes to go.
Definitely a little build here from this Tiger boat in lane 1. They are hitting a 40 now, so they have been gearing up for the line, doing their potentially full sprint sequence here to test it out early stage of the season. Great shot from the Tigers here in lane 1. We'll call that the 4V as they approach the line. Final couple strokes. And barring catastrophe, the Princeton 4V will get there first. Princeton 5V through the line now. They were back, let's call it about a boat length, maybe a touch of open water. And we pan back to the rest of the race here. Georgetown sitting in 3rd place. Final few strokes for the Hoyas. And they are through. And I believe we have one Temple boat here to round out the field. Here we go. Final few strokes here for the Owls. I think in these lower boats, you do have a lot of pretty novice rowers, typically a lot of walk-on. So for a lot of these guys, probably their first race ever. Maybe, you know, some of these guys, first race of the season, so working out the cobwebs. But these guys are charging hard.
Yep, and no better place to do it than Lake Carnegie.
That's right. The best race course in the world. Final couple strokes.